Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of BWF Solicitors Community and the Law Education Program. This is a quick summary of what has been happening this afternoon on the program. So this afternoon, we've been looking at a very, very pertinent issue that is bothering a lot of people in the community. We've been asking the question whether or not the bank can freeze your account or freeze your account if you are an illegal immigrant in the UK. We've been answering the question and we've been looking at before the inception of the hostile environment that we find ourselves in at the moment in the UK. So before the introduction of the 2014 Immigration Act, which came with it the hostile environment regime, people that were living in the UK, whether legally or not, were permitted to open a bank account with the production of a valid passport and a proof of address, and that would basically get you through to opening a bank account. Since the 2014 Act, which has been amended by the 2016 Act, we've seen that the banks have been instructed by the Home Office to, first of all, discontinue opening accounts for people who are in the UK illegally. That has been reinforced by the amendment in the 2016 Act, which came into being, and of course the policy which started 2017 October. That was to basically plug the loophole that the 2014 Act created, because that Act did not capture those who were already in the system, though illegally, but had bank accounts in their names. So what that did was that it plugged that loophole by asking or instructing banks and building societies to close those accounts. Now, the Home Office were given powers as well under the 2014 Immigration Act to be able to freeze accounts of people who are disqualified. Somebody is disqualified if they are in the UK without the necessary legal status. So those people were people that were targeted, and the banks were used to basically do that job. The banks were requested to provide information of all of these people, their names, where they live, and their nationality, to the immigration officers, and they will use that to assess whether or not they'll be able to freeze your account or close your account. An officer really required to meet two things. Right, they should have the reasonable suspicion, the reasonable grounds of suspicion that money found in your account is either wholly obtained through illegal means or partly through illegal means. And that would give them a reason to get an order to freeze your account. So as you can imagine, under the Immigration Act 1971, if you're here in the UK and you've overstayed your leave here, you become an illegal immigrant. And under the law, you are a criminal. And so you could go to jail for that. So as you can imagine, if you're here illegally and you're working, the salary or wages that you get from that work could be classed as illegally obtained. And for that reason, Home Office could use their freezing powers to freeze your account. That order is normally obtained from the magistrate's court and is done without notice. And so you wouldn't be informed of the Home Office's action. And so once they obtain the order, they will be able to inform your bank to freeze or close your account, depending on various factors. So number one, to be able to freeze your account, the Home Office will be looking at your account with a balance of £1,000 and over. That would give them the discretion whether to freeze your account or to close your account. It is not always automatic that because your bank balance is £1,000 and plus, they would freeze your account. That discretion is basically with the Home Office to take. Now, if they decide to freeze your account, they also have the power to basically review it and at a subsequent date withdraw that freezing order. They go to court and seek an order under section 40D6 to take that order off and then take the freezing order off your account. Now, what the policy is to incentivize people who are here illegally to voluntarily leave the UK. So they freeze your account to create that hostile environment so that you would leave the UK on your own accord. Once you've left the UK and the Home Office has got information that you've left the UK, they can take the freezing order off and then send your money back to you at whichever country you're in. Now, with the closure, they can ask the bank to close your account, and that basically gives you the opportunity to withdraw your money. Because once the account is closed, you'll be given notice that your account is in the process of being closed, and then you can withdraw your money in that with that information in hand. However, if the Home Office determines that they are going to freeze your account, again, they will freeze it normally to protect you if you're going to be a harm to yourself. They will freeze your account, irrespective of whether or not it's above £1,000 or below £1,000. Now, the reason why the Home Office would not seek a freezing order for a balance below £1,000 is because they feel is disproportionate interference, and the cost involved in seeking the order and all of that would not commensurate the punishment, and for that reason they would not normally seek a freezing order to freeze your account if it is less than £1,000. But this is what you need to keep in mind, that indeed the Home Office has got powers as other institutions, including HMRC and other institutions, to freeze your account if you're here illegally. So if you know you're here illegally and you're working illegally, then please keep this in mind. What you could do is withdraw your money and maybe keep it safe somewhere else. Again, the Home Office will require the banks to inform them if there's money coming in which is over and above £200 on a regular basis. So you can imagine, if you're working illegally and you're earning something above £500 a month or a week or something like that, then you can appreciate if you're here illegally, then the Home Office are able to, with the powers that is being entrusted to them, freeze your account so that you cannot access it. The court will take into consideration reasonable expense, so food, accommodation, and the rest of it, and of course, your legal expense as well. If it is that you need to go and see a lawyer, they will make room for all of those expenses. Yes, the decision to freeze your account is appealable. So yes, if the Home Office goes to get an order from the Magistrates Court to freeze your account and you believe that you haven't done anything wrong, you can challenge that decision and you can get it overturned. So this is what we've been discussing in a nutshell. I hope this is useful to all of you and you would carry this message across to those who are not fortunate enough to be listening to us so that they can benefit from what we've been discussing on this platform. We will catch up with you same time next week on the same platform. Have a very good weekend.